In the words of Asuka, nobody is ready for Raw. Why? Because it's 3 hours of horseshit. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. It's time for your Monday Night Raw review, and it's time to accept the Triple H experiment. The Triple H error has failed. I'm not sure if you can see the TV screen because of his big fucking nose, so I'm going to let him know. The product sucks. Boring matches. Boring promos, nothing feels important. Half the roster don't belong in WWE. They'd be lucky to be on the indies. They ain't superstars. They're shit. The only thing super about Raw these days is when it finishes at 4 AM so I can go to fucking bed. The show absolutely sucks. Now that I've got that over and done with, let's review. And as I said, it is 4 AM in the UK. It's just hit 10 past 4, man. So I am not going to waste like half an hour talking about Monday Night Raw. This is probably going to be the quickest Raw review that I've ever done, and in fairness, it doesn't deserve a long review. But we start with Kevin Owens. He comes out, he talks about how he's ready for a war. He wants to get his hands on Roman Reigns. He's unfinished business with Roman Reigns. They says he didn't come to Raw alone. Out come the Brawling Brutes. Out come McIntyre through the crowd. They get in the ring. Holland takes the mic and declares this is fight night. Then he passes the mic off to Sheamus because, God forbid, Holland says anything else. Fight night is tough enough for this guy to say. Then Sheamus talks about they're a banger cooker. He talks about how they're cooking up another banger. They've got another banger in the stove, the banger cooker. I mean, what the fuck? Drew says he doesn't remember a time when the Bloodlines weren't holding the top titles hostage. I mean, this is my line. I've said this like time and time again over the past, I don't know, year and a half. So Drew McIntyre stealing my gimmick. Then they're basically talking about the Bloodline. They're talking about the Bloodline, how they want to beat them, but they get interrupted by the Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley takes the mic and she tells Drew to shut up because the only topic coming to Survivor Series is how many women she will destroy in the War Games match. So here you go, it's Rhea Ripley. I mean, if Rhea Ripley's not coming out and assaulting men, if she's not beating up men, if she's not costing men the matches, she's verbally fucking destroying men. Just coming out and telling Drew McIntyre to shut up. Why? No, you shut the fuck up, right? Drew McIntyre's a man. Drew McIntyre is at the top of the card. Drew McIntyre is one of the biggest assets in the company today. And what are you? A gothic, tranny-looking bitch who stole Scott Steiner's steroid stash. So, I mean, Rhea Ripley, just know your role. Give the mic to Finn Balor. Let him cut his little promo. The line starts behind me. You know, let him cut that crap. And, just Rhea Ripley should be in the background here. She doesn't need to come out and start going one-on-one on the microphone with the men. Then we do get Balor talking after. We get Dom and we get Priest, but they don't really say anything. Dom just tells them to say hello to his deadbeat father on SmackDown. And then Balor's talking about how he's been AJ's friend on its Survivor Series. He's been a good friend, but he's going to tax AJ on the friendship. I mean, what the fuck was this? Sheamus then calls him a plastic paddy. He says he despises plastic paddies. Balor says something about I'm the devil and tonight you're going to dance with him, and they accept the match. The Brawling Brutes versus the Judgment Day. We get the match. The match is happening. Halfway through the match, the OC come out. So Maya Yim comes out, and then all of a sudden Rhea Ripley can't do nothing because Maya Yim's there, so Rhea Ripley has to be on her best behaviour. And they've changed her name to Michin, by the way, so who cares? I don't care. Eventually Sheamus gets the cover brogue kick on Dominic. 1, 2, 3. The Brawling Brutes are the winner. Just nothing really worth seeing here. After the match, Owens hits a stunner on Finn Balor, but again, like I said, nothing great. Then we go backstage. Kathy Kelly's with Johnny Gargano. Why the fuck is she with Johnny Gargano? I hate Johnny Gargano, man. Right, essentially, Johnny Gargano says the Miz cheated last week. He says he wants to help out Dexter Lumis. He wants Dexter Lumis to get what he deserves. And tonight he's going to get revenge on the Miz. So we get the Miz versus Johnny Gargano, only we don't, because the Miz says that he got injured making a TikTok. You know what? I wouldn't even be surprised if that's true. And then he says he's got a replacement for Johnny Gargano. Out comes Omos, the Nigerian giant. He buries Johnny Gargano. I say he buries him. It looked like at one stage Johnny Gargano was going to win. How can a 5'4" guy, honestly, who looks like Johnny Gargano, who's built like Johnny Gargano, how can he ever have a chance of being almost? It makes no fucking sense. This match should have been over in 30 seconds. They didn't need to go 5 minutes here. Honestly, all it had to do, Johnny Gargano, couple of strikes, has no effect on almost. Almost chops down Gargano, lifts him up, hits the double choke slam, boom, 1, 2, 3. But no, they had to have a competitive fucking match because Triple H would, piss his pants if we didn't get to see 40 hours of wrestling in each match. So yeah, thanks Triple H for another boring, unbelievable one-on-one match between a massive giant and a fucking indie midget. Almost wins. Seth Rollins is backstage. He cuts a promo, says he wanted the 2-on-1 match. He wanted the triple threat match because it's 2 birds, 1 stone. Blah 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 blah. He calls Austin Theory stupid for cashing in the briefcase, and that's pretty much it. He says he's Seth freaking Rollins. He says he's a revolutionary, and he tells Austin Theory, ask how his friend Cody Rhodes is on the injury list or something like that. I don't care. Austin Theory says that he's not like the kid anymore. He's a man. He's got to prove it. Next he takes on Mustafa Ali. He beats Mustafa Ali. After the match, Theory stands tall. He calls it Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley says, right, you stay in the ring, I'll come out and I'll kick your arse. Bobby Lashley does come out. They get in a bit of a brawl. Austin Theory gets the upper hand, then runs away, and Bobby Lashley chases him to the back. When he gets to the back, and we've got Mustafa Ali, who's like getting patched up by the trainers. Austin Theory grabs Ali, he throws him into Lashley, and then he makes the escape. But instead of Lashley chasing Theory, he decides just to beat up Ali. So why? I don't know. Made no sense whatsoever. Then we get the Alpha Academy versus Elias and Matt Riddle. I'm pretty sure last week the Alpha Academy got a win over this team, so of course 50-50 booking. Elias and Matt Riddle had to win this week. Another 20-minute match that nobody gave a single fuck about. So yeah, Matt Riddle and Elias win. I mean, what is the point? Horrible team. I've lost all interest in Elias. I think ever since I think his first couple of years he was relevant, but I mean ever since Cena kind of buried him with that promo at WrestleMania, he's done fuck all. Then he had the whole the younger brother shit, and that's not worked, and now he's back as Elias, and Elias is just boring. This Elias sucks. There's nothing interesting about him. WWE stands for Walk with Elias. No, it doesn't, mate. No one's walking with you. You are walking alone. Then JBL and Baron Corbin are backstage playing poker. Drew McIntyre comes in, says he wants to. He's interested in playing poker. JBL says the only thing worse than being born in Albany, New York, is dying in Albany, New York. So you can always trust JBL to come out with something good, but it doesn't matter if JBL says something good because you get you get to see him in about 5 minutes in a 3-hour show. So God forbid he says one good thing, but we need more JBL. We do. Drew McIntyre then challenges Corbin to a match the night. JBL asks Drew how Scotland's doing in the World Cup, but he says, oh no, wait, they're not there. Drew hits a cheap shot on Corbin, he walks off. Then we get the match, it's Baron Corbin versus Drew, another long match that just no one really had any interest in. Boring, must have went about 20 minutes. Drew McIntyre gets the win when the wee Japanese guy Tosawa comes out, steals JBL's hat, distracts Corbin. Corbin walks into a Claymore kick. So after the match, JBL takes his suit off and it looks like he's ready to fight, but he doesn't do anything. So a little bit lame. Then we see the OC backstage talking. Finn Balor approaches AJ, says that I'm the devil, and when you dance with the devil, it's your last dance, AJ. And then the Judgment Day come and they attack the OC, and then they start brawling backstage. Then they start brawling outside, and there's a car parked, and they start like brawling out in the car park, and they actually do some moves, and they use the car as a weapon. So they've done like some environment weapon moves, and you know what? I'll give it a thumbs up because it was nice to see something different. It was nice to see the action go outside of a wrestling ring, go outside of like the backstage area. So to see them battling outside and fighting with a car, and fighting on top of the car, doing moves onto the bonnet, using the doors as weapons, it wasn't great, but I appreciate them trying to do something different there. So yeah, no, I enjoyed that. And then the referees come out, security come out and just separate it all. Then we get the match. Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. Before it, boring promo. We've got, I've got Belair, Asuka, and Alexa. We've got Damage Control and Rhea. Bailey accuses Belair of not being a leader, because she's willing to allow Asuka to face Rhea Ripley instead of facing her herself. The match happens. Asuka calls for Rhea Ripley to get in the ring. They have their match. Rhea Ripley wins. Who cares? BLAF says, by the way, we'd find out who her tag team partner is on SmackDown. Then after the match, they're all brawling. Meechim runs out from the back, attacks Rhea Ripley, and then the brawl, and Raw goes off there with 9 women brawling. All of it looked fake. Didn't give a shit about any of it. No cliffhanger, no nothing. Just 9 women brawling. So, a horrible end to the show. A really bad promo with Belair and your usual gang, and then a match between Asuka and Rhea Ripley that I honestly didn't care about. So, I mean, there you go. You look at Raw, and you literally got about 11, 12 segments throughout the entire 3 hours. How can this be? How the fuck can this be? It's like literally 20, 25 minute matches at a time and long, boring ass fucking promos that nobody wants. This Triple H era is done. I'm done. It's like 4:30 now, and I'm not reviewing this a single minute longer than I need to. So yeah, apologies. The review probably sucks, but I tell you what, Raw sucked. So if this review sucked, then it matched the 3 hours of the Red Brand that I've just watched. Not a good show. One of the worst Raws I've seen. I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10 because I like the fact that they brawled outside. I like the fact that there was cars and they were using the car as a weapon. That was cool. But other than that, man, this Raw was a failure. This Raw was a disaster. And it's a go-home show into Survivor Series. Normally, your go-home show, you're supposed to get something good. Tonight, we got nothing. Obviously, ever since Crown Jewel, Brock Lesnar's done, Brock Lesnar's gone. You get nothing on Raw. You get absolutely nothing on Raw. Honestly, it's not worth watching. It's a bunch of 20-minute matches with mid-carders. That is all you get on Raw. They don't even have a world title on Raw, for fuck's sake. This show's horrendous. People think Raw's better than SmackDown. No way. No fucking way is Raw better than SmackDown. And that's all I've got to say, guys. I'll catch yous in the next one. But for now, Fog Wrestling, peace out. Sorry again for the piss review, but I'm just demotivated watching Raw tonight. Got working about 6 hours and I'm watching this shit, What's the point? What is the point? Anyway, guys, catch you later. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.